All of the people in this series faced enormous obstacles on the way to greatness. That is especially true of this achiever. An African-American woman, she started her career at the beginning of the 20th century, a time when racism was virulent and women did not have the right to vote. Yet, she created a thriving business and became a millionaire. If you think you know who we're talking about, you may be wrong. Many people think the first African-American woman to achieve great wealth was Oprah or Madame C.J. Walker, who got rich in the early 20th century selling hair and beauty products. But another achiever preceded them, Annie Turnbo Malone. She built her own hair care empire in the first decade of the 20th century, when African Americans and women struggled for basic rights. Annie Malone was born to former slaves in 1869, just 4 years after the Civil War. One of 11 children, her parents died when she was young. Malone didn't finish high school, but she was skilled at chemistry and determined to improve on hair straighteners used by African American women. Existing formulas damaged hair and hurt the scalp. Annie came up with a hair straightener that she called Hair Grower, along with a better pressing iron and comb. She called her line Poro, a West African word meaning physical and spiritual growth. Malone was a natural marketer. She advertised heavily in black newspapers, held press conferences, and trained saleswomen to sell her products. As Avon and others did later, she and her assistants went door to door, offering free demonstrations that enticed people to buy. In 1917, she made another breakthrough that was remarkable for a woman and an African American in that era. She built the immense Poro College complex in St. Louis. Poro College employed nearly 200 people and trained thousands of sales agents in what was known as the Poro system. Poro saleswomen had to walk, talk, and eat according to Malone's rules of etiquette. Malone's story is a prime example of how free markets empower not only individuals who start great businesses, but also the people around them. Annie Malone created opportunities and wealth, not just for herself, but for tens of thousands of others, including Madame C.J. Walker, her former trainee turned millionaire. An orphanage she supported continues to this day to provide services for needy children. And residents of the St. Louis neighborhood, where she spent much of her life, still honor her every year with the Annie Malone May Day Parade. I'm Steve Forbes.